What if I told you that your morning haybities, the first thing you put in your mouth, might secretly be sabotaging your manhood? Not just your energy or your focus. I'm talking about the part of your body that matters most when the lights go down. And it's not your age. It's not your testosterone. It's that innocent-looking plate of breakfast you've been loyal to for decades. Sounds crazy? I thought so too until I saw what happened to hundreds of my patients. Hey there, I'm Dr. Nora Blake, a certified men's vitality specialist and senior wellness coach. For the last 27 years, I've been helping men bounce back physically, emotionally, and intimately without falling into the black hole of prescription meds. And after all those years, I can confidently tell you, what you eat first thing in the morning could either charge up your blood flow like a power generator or shut it down like a leaky faucet. I know many of you have been feeling a little off lately, sluggish mornings, stiff lower back, and yes, that disappointing silence in the bedroom. You've been blaming age, but in most cases, it's your breakfast fork doing the damage. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on 5 surprisingly simple foods you can eat each morning to kickstart your circulation and put the spark back where it belongs. These aren't trendy powders or weird imports from a jungle plant you've never heard of. They're items already in your kitchen just being underused. And when eaten right, they can reactivate blood vessels, support nerve endings, and fuel the muscles in your lower body that control everything from climbing stairs to making your wife say wow again. Stick around till the end, because I'll also reveal a secret food combo that's had my patients seeing results in as little as 7 days. Before we get into that, do yourself a favor if you're ready to reclaim your drive, your confidence, and your independence. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Here on the Strong After 60 channel, we give you no-nonsense strategies for staying sharp, strong, and satisfied without the side effects. If what I'm saying hits home, drop a quick 1 in the comments. If you're skeptical, type 0.1, and I'll know to make future videos even sharper. I read every single one. Now, let's get into the good stuff, starting with what might be hiding in your fridge right now. First up, whole eggs. Yep, the humble egg nature's own muscle. And manhood booster. And before you roll your eyes and think, eggs? Seriously? Yes, seriously. Whole eggs, with the yolk included, are packed with nutrients men over 60 are often low on. I've seen dozens of men limp into my office complaining of numbness, softer erections, or feeling like they need a crane to stand up in the morning. I take one look at their breakfast habits, and guess what? It's either black coffee and toast, or worse, nothing. Whole eggs, especially eaten within the first hour of waking up, deliver a powerhouse blend of vitamin D, choline, B12, and leucine. These nutrients aren't just brain fuel, they actively help repair the muscles in your pelvic floor. That's the area in charge of stability, urination control, and you guessed it, performance. This isn't about vanity. It's about being able to stand tall and live fully. I had one patient, let's call him Denisage, 71, former Navy guy, tough as nails. He hadn't had morning energy in months. I told him, 2 boiled eggs within an hour of waking, every day. No skipping. 3 weeks later, he says, "Doc, I think I woke up a sleeping dragon. I got out of bed this morning without needing to grab the nightstand." That's the power of eating with purpose. No powders, no prescriptions, just 2 golden eggs yolk and all. Next up, oats with chia seeds. What I like to call the artery scrubber combo. While eggs fuel the muscle side of things, oats and chia go to work on your internal plumbing your arteries. Oats are packed with beta-glucan, a special type of fiber that doesn't just help with cholesterol, it literally scrubs your artery walls clean. That means blood flows faster, smoother, and stronger to where you need it. Most legs, hips, and yes, your southern headquarters. But white oats alone are only half the story. When you sprinkle in chia seeds, you're loading up with magnesium, potassium, and omega-3s. These guys act like a spa day for your blood vessels, relaxing them, reducing inflammation, and unlocking nitric oxide production. More nitric oxide means more blood flow, more sensation, and more responsiveness. One of my clients, Harry, 68, was convinced he had early nerve issues. Nope, just stiff arteries. We got him on oats and chia every morning. 4 weeks later, his exact words were, "I didn't just feel better, I felt again." David, age 73, had nearly made peace with the idea that his days of intimacy were done. "Maybe this is just what aging feels like," he told me, his eyes full of resignation. I didn't buy that, so I asked him to ditch his sugary cornflakes and instead try a warm bowl of oats with chia seeds, a sprinkle of cinnamon, and a handful of frozen raspberries. 2 weeks later, he waltzed into my office saying his hands and feet no longer felt like blocks of ice. 4 weeks after that, he looked me dead in the eye and said, "Doctor? Nora Blake, I actually look forward to waking up now." This breakfast wasn't just feeding his stomach, it was feeding his circulation, his energy, and his hope. And the beauty of it? It's gentle on digestion, making it perfect for older adults. Just one bowl a morning can change everything. But if you're looking for something with even faster results, something that works on the same pathways as those little blue pills, without the price tag or side effects, you're going to love this next food. Number 3, watermelon, nature's own rocket booster. Most people think of watermelon as a summertime snack, but hidden inside that juicy red flesh is a powerful compound called L-citrulline. When your body digests it, it converts into L-arginine, which then boosts nitric oxide, the same molecule that those famous ED drugs rely on. Except, this isn't lab-made, it's fruit, and it works fast. For best results, I tell my clients to eat watermelon in the morning on an empty stomach or right before their regular breakfast. And don't toss the rind. That pale part near the edge is packed with L-citrulline. Eat it, blend it, chew it, just don't trash it. One of my patients, Ray, 67, came back after 5 days and said, "Doc, I don't know what's happening, but something's stirring downstairs. Spoiler, it wasn't the plumbing." Watermelon was helping his blood vessels open back up and fire like they were supposed to. So far, we've got eggs to build strength, oats to clean the pipes, and watermelon to crank the valves wide open. But we're not stopping yet. The next food is grounding, warm, and incredible for men who struggle with stiffness, balance, or feeling like they're walking through cement first thing in the morning. Number 4, steamed sweet potato with Celtic saltier circulation stabilizer. Now, I know what you're thinking. Sweet potato? For breakfast? Yes. And trust me, this one's a game changer. Take a warm, steamed sweet potato and sprinkle just a pinch of Celtic sea salt on top. Not table salt, not that bleached white stuff from the bottom of the pantry. I'm talking about real, mineral-rich Celtic salt, loaded with over 80 trace elements that your blood vessels and nerves crave. Why sweet potatoes? Because they're full of clean, complex, carb-socka, long-lasting fuel that powers your muscles without crashing your blood sugar. And when you combine them with Celtic salt, magic happens. Electrolytes get balanced, hydration improves, and nerve signals start firing properly again. This is especially key for men who wake up feeling foggy, tingly, or like their legs are still asleep. I remember a client named Joel, 70, who had tightness in his groin and legs every morning like clockwork. Nothing helped until I had him eat half a steamed sweet potato with warm water and a pinch of that Celtic gold before his regular breakfast. Just 3 days in, he called me up and said, "Doc, I stood up today and didn't grab the dresser for support. I feel stable again." That's what real fuel does. No sugar crashes, no caffeine shakes. Just pure, natural energy that helps you feel balanced, connected, and coordinated from the floor up. So if you've been waking up stiff, unsteady, or feeling like your body's running on fumes, don't skip this easy, delicious, warm morning upgrade. Which brings us to the most important part of this video because, let's be honest, knowing what to eat is useless if you don't do something about it. Now that you've got the blueprint, the 5 best foods to boost blood flow, nerve health, and muscle function, what's the plan? How do you actually use this info without getting overwhelmed? Simple. We're going to break it down into small, actionable steps, starting tomorrow morning, not next Monday, not when the grandkids leave tomorrow. When you wake up, I want you to fuel your body like it matters. Because it does. You're not just eating to get full, you're eating to activate your circulation, power your movement, and improve your energy in ways that transform your entire day. That includes your balance, your mood, and yes, your bedroom confidence. Start by picking just one of the 5. Just one. Maybe it's 2 yolky eggs. Maybe it's that warm oat chia cinnamon bowl. Or maybe you fire up the blender with watermelon and rind for an early morning nitric oxide shot. Throw some watermelon into a blender. Make a smoothie. It doesn't have to be gourmet, just has to happen. Why? Because that first hour after you wake up isn't just another 60 minutes, it's the golden window. That's when your blood vessels are most open. Your nerves are primed to respond, and your muscles are desperate for fuel. If you feed your body right during this time, you're setting the stage for more energy, better circulation, and sharper performance, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally too. But too many older men wake up, skip breakfast, or worse, grab a donut or sugary cereal and wash it down with black coffee. Then they wonder why their knees ache, their energy vanishes by noon, or they feel like they're watching life from the sidelines. You don't need another pill. You need better morning decisions. And that decision starts with what's at the end of your fork. Now, I can already hear some of you saying, "But Dr. Nora Blake, I'm in my 70s. Isn't it a little late to be trying all this?" Let me stop you right there. It is never too late. I've had clients in their 60s, 70s, even 80s who thought they were past the point of change. And yet, once they made small, consistent shifts in their morning routines, their bodies started responding. Maybe not overnight, but consistently. One man, Leonard, 75 years young, began his mornings with just eggs and watermelon. Nothing fancy. On day 10, he left me a voicemail laughing so hard he could barely talk. "Dr. Nora Blake, I forgot what this felt like. My legs feel light again. And my wife, she hasn't stopped smiling in days. That's what real, lasting change looks like." And guess what? It didn't come from a prescription. It came from a decision. A decision to treat breakfast like it matters. Because circulation, strength, balance, even intimacy, all of it starts with how you fuel your body the moment you wake up. So here's your next step. Choose one of the 5 foods tonight. Prep it. Be ready. Then eat it within 1 hour of waking tomorrow. Don't wait for some mythical motivation to strike. Let the habit build the momentum for you. In a week, you'll feel the difference. In a month, you might look in the mirror and think, "Who is this guy?" Now, let's talk about something that doesn't get enough credit. Hope. Because when it comes to aging, the first thing that usually breaks down isn't your heart or your joints, it's your belief. Your belief that improvement is even possible. And after years of trying gimmicks, diets, and medications that don't deliver, I get it. You start thinking, why bother? But if you've made it this far into this video, I know one thing for sure. You haven't given up. You're still searching, still curious, still ready to live fully. That means something. That means you've still got fuel in the tank and it's time to use it. Let's recap the 5 foods that could completely reboot your body from the inside out. First, we've got whole eggs with the yolks for rebuilding muscle and supporting testosterone naturally. Then oats with chia seeds, your inner artery cleaning crew, helping reduce inflammation and boosting heart flow. Watermelon, rind and all, for activating nitric oxide and getting your vessels responding fast. Steamed sweet potato with Celtic sea salt to stabilize minerals, hydrate you properly, and fire up nerve signaling. And finally, using all of these in the first hour after waking up to take full advantage of your body's natural rhythm and healing window. These aren't magic, they're biology. They work with your body, not against it. They speak to your circulatory system, your aging nerves, your energy centers. They support the muscles that matter for balance, strength, even bladder control. And most importantly, they send a signal to your body. We're still in this. We're not done yet. So please remember, aging isn't shrinking. It's not fading into the background. Aging is adapting. And when you adapt with the right tools, you don't just survive. You thrive. You stand taller in the morning. You walk up the stairs without thinking twice. You laugh more, connect deeper, and live not just longer but better. I've seen it happen with my own eyes, men who thought their best days were behind them, suddenly standing straighter, smiling brighter, and moving with a kind of freedom they hadn't felt in years. He came back weeks later, sleeping deeper and saying, "Dr. Nora Blake, I finally feel like me again. And if no one's told you this lately, let me be the first. You are not too old. You're not too late. And you are definitely not alone. Your body still wants to heal. It's just been waiting for you to feed it the right fuel at the right time. Let me keep it real with you. You might not feel like Superman after day one. You might eat that bowl of oats or crack those eggs and think, okay, this isn't fireworks. But stick with it. Notice how your legs feel around day 3. Pay attention to your breathing when you walk up the stairs. See if your hands and feet feel a little warmer. And you take note of what's happening down there in the mornings. Because those little changes, they're the start of a very big shift. And for men over 60, this isn't just about fixing something, it's about protecting everything you still have. Your blood flow, your mobility, your spark, it's all still in you. You just need to wake it up. And if you're sitting there thinking, this all sounds good, but this is my first time hearing this, or I've tried so many things already. I get it. I truly do. But let me tell you something I've seen over and over in my 20+ years working with men. The ones who turn it around fastest? They're not the ones with perfect discipline or Olympian genes. They're the ones who simply start. That's it. They make a decision. They begin. They stay the course. They trust the process. So here's my invitation to you. Begin tomorrow. Not someday. Not when the timing is better. Tomorrow morning. Because if I've learned one thing working with older men, it's this. Aging doesn't steal your strength, it just asks if you're willing to fight for it. And most men, they don't lose because of their bodies. They lose because they stop believing change is possible. But I'm here to remind you, it absolutely is. You now know the 5 powerhouse foods that can completely transform how you feel in the morning. We're not talking about fad diets or hyped-up trends. We're talking about real food whole eggs, oats with chia seeds, juicy watermelon rind included, and mineral-rich sweet potatoes with Celtic salt. These aren't just ingredients. They're fuel for the most important systems in your body. They restore circulation, improve mobility, increase confidence, and sharpen your thinking. They support the nerves that help you feel, the muscles that help you move, and the vessels that deliver life-giving blood to every inch of your body, especially where it counts most. And now, you don't just know what to eat, you know when to eat it. Because that first hour after waking up, it's not just another hour. It's the foundation of your entire day. That one decision to eat smart, to nourish your body, to take 5 intentional minutes for your health can ripple into better strength, better energy, better everything. You don't need perfection. You don't need a 6-pack or a supplement subscription. You don't need to be who you were at 30. You just need to begin. Begin with food that supports your life. Begin by honoring your body with the first meal of the day. Begin with the belief that the next chapter of your life doesn't have to be slower, it can be stronger. So I'll ask you one last time, will you take that step tomorrow morning? Will you make that breakfast count? Or will you let another day drift by, hoping for change without ever choosing it? You've got the tools. You've got the knowledge. And most importantly, you've got a choice. This isn't your final act. It's your next act. The one that starts the moment you stand up, walk into your kitchen, and feed your body like it still matters. Because it does. It really, really does. This is Dr. Nora Blake, and I believe in you. Stay strong, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.